Alright, so I've been using this electric heater from the house to heat the inside of the car up because it's like 20 something degrees outside and I couldn't even feel my fingers trying to do this wiring. I have the heater on full blast, still barely keeping the floor of this car cool, mainly because there's no way for the heat to actually get into that corner. But anyway, I'm gonna start wiring the harness. You see all the wires that I have coming off of it. You have the starter wire right there. That's going to the starter. Orange is your accessory, and then the two pink with the back there, the pink with the black stripe, and the pink one are the two ignition wires. And then the red wire is obviously your power wire. So I'm gonna wire those up. Okay, connecting up the tachometer now. It's the black wire on this 28 pin connection for the ECU. All you have to do is there's two screws down here that hold the glove box on. Undo those screws, the glove box will pop off. Just push the sides in and it'll pop out. And then you're open to this. The ECU is right here. There's two connectors. This is a 98, so it might be different on other years, but I think they're all the same. So I pulled the second from the bottom, is the 28 pin connector. I already tapped into this before. This violet wire, for those of you putting a reverse camera in, 3, 4, the fifth one down from the top, and fifth one down from, if you're looking at the connector, well, whatever, it's violet. So just look for the violet wire and tie into it. So you hook that up to your sensor, your reverse signal comes from here. I have a one-way diode, so it can only pick up the signal. It can't send current back because you don't want to damage that anything on the ECU. So I put that in there, and that's it. The black wire is this one right here. It's if you look back there, if you look at where there is no wire, right above it is the black one. That's the one you want to go for. It's 1, 2, 3, fourth one down, and the top row. Yeah, second row. I mean, second row. So third one down, fourth one down, second row, or actually top row. Yeah, because you can see the bottom two are empty spots. So that's the wire. That's your tachometer wire. Tap into that with your tack wire from your alarm. So I spliced in the diode here. You guys, I taped over it so you can't really see it, but there's a diode in here in series with it. One untied to the side, one untied to this side, so the current can only flow from the ECU out to the remote start system. The way you do that, let's see if I have a couple of diodes. I bought a pack of diodes off of Amazon for super cheap. I'll leave a link in the description. I think it was like $3 or $4. But the way, if you don't know, I know most people know what this is. If they're trying to put a remote start in, they should probably already know what this is, but this is a diode. So that's a diode. The gray stripe at the top is basically the direction current can flow is from here down. That, just consider that the top of the arrow, that gray part. So current can go this way, but current can't go back the opposite direction. And that's basically the whole point of a diode. Okay, for the door trigger, if you look at the panel here, it's covered by this loom. You got to basically disconnect that that right there, cut that, and this loom will come free a little bit. And right behind it, you can see the opening right now because I unplugged it already. But right back there is where the plug is. You pull that plug out. I basically pulled it out and pulled it up to here so I can actually see the wires. So if you look at it, this is where the clip goes in. If you look, there's a lot of green wires, but right next to this red one on the bottom, that one right there is your door trigger. So it kind of sucks to get to, but that's where it is, and that's the wire you use. Okay. Okay, so 2F, connector 2F, I unplugged. You can see it right there. It's unplugged and pulled out. What's this plug right here? This is 2F. Terminal number 2 on 2F is your parking lights. It's this green wire. Let me move this green and orange one out of the way. This green wire right here, you can see on the back there, it's the second one over. The first terminal is empty, the second one over is your parking lights. So you want to connect to that green wire on terminal 2F, which is the one I just unplugged. You can see it's right above the top right of the fuse box here. Right here is your green and orange. This is your horn. This is what you connect your horn to. And as you can see, that is the one right above the empty terminal. So anyway, these two are kind of hard to see when it's up in there and tucked away, but I pulled them out to show you. So don't get discouraged if it's plugged in and you can't see a green and orange or whatever. Just unplug the terminal and pull them away. You'll see them. All right. Okay, I got that top connector out just so I can show you the bottom one. That white wire, you can see that white wire, that's your brake. So that green and white with that green wire with the white stripe, that's your brake. So as you can see, that is your bottom right connector. Green with the white stripe, brake wire. So for the door locks and unlocks, there's a Denso, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get the angle on this that I want. Oh man. Doing this for you guys. It's for you. Doing this for you, YouTube, so I hope you appreciate it. So this is a that comes out. This is a Denso door controller. So if you look at the bottom of the steering wheel, literally right under it is where this is, and the blue with the white stripe on the right, you can see where I probed it. This blue wire with the white stripe is your door unlock, I believe. Or no, this is your door lock. Blue with white stripes, door lock. Green with black stripe is door unlock. So these are the two wires you want to tap into for your lock and unlocks. So when you're running the alarm wire out for the hood pin and for the alarm, there's a grommet up here in the corner on the driver's side kick panel where all the wires go through. Getting that grommet out and trying to do it so you can put it all through one loom is very, very difficult. So what I did, I basically took a screwdriver, a small Phillips screwdriver, and I basically punched a hole through the grommet. Basically, if you punch it right in that direction where you see the black and red wire going through, that's for the siren. So I basically poked a small Phillips head screwdriver through to the other side, and I'll show you where it comes out when you do that. So when you poke it through, it comes out right there, so it's perfect. And the hole, it looks like it's a big hole, but it's actually really tight. It holds, try to focus on there. it's like watertight to this. It won't even let the, I'm pulling on this and it won't even let it through. It's that tight. So I'm not worried about water getting in there or anything. So anyway, that was just a quick thing for putting this in, because it's kind of confusing whether you have to take that whole grommet out or how, you know, just a lot of hassle if you try to do it that way. Anyway, I'm gonna mount the siren nicely. I want to mount it nicely, but for now, just so I can test and everything, I'm gonna just leave it in this corner. This is where we're at with the controller. I hooked all the wires up just to verify that it works, and it does. I'm just gonna clean all this up. I'm gonna locate this in a mount that I'm gonna make for it over there, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like when I'm done. Okay, so for running the Valet button wire, basically I'm gonna be running it through here. This is just insulation, just pops right out. So just take your time, remove this weather stripping carefully. Just get it out of your way. You don't need to go crazy. And you can see there's a channel right here. You don't even need to take this out. So looking at it now, I'm probably going to want to take this handle off so I can get access to it. So I'll take that handle off real quick. The way that you do that is there's two little things there. You pop these off. Okay, once you get them off, you'll see there's two screws in there. You just take those screws out, there, and then this handle should come off. Okay. Okay, so I took the handle off, just those two screws. Now this popped right off. You can see there's little clips here. See those clips? So you pop them out. Basically, you can take one of these kind of tools or something, and just stick it in here and just pop it out, so you don't do any damage. You don't need to go crazy. You don't need to pop it all the way from down here, just up here, so you can get across this into here and across the headliner. So I'm gonna also pop this off, which is super easy to do. You can actually just take this that cover off, and you'll see up in here you can get a better handle on it and just pull down. Actually, before I do that, I want to make sure there's nothing else. Pretty sure you just pull down on this. Yeah, there you go. So like I said, you just you know what? There's actually a screw in there holding it in place. You can see there's a screw right there. You gotta undo that screw before you can pop this off. Okay, so I got the wire from up here. I basically brought it in through here, ran it up, basically followed this along. You can see it's still here, it's right here. It kind of falls into place pretty nicely. Having this tool helps out a lot, because you can get it up into this headliner and start pushing the wire across, so it helps out. So I'm just going to push it all the way down and then shove the rest of the wiring up in here and mount this to the windshield behind the rear view mirror. So anyway, I'll show you what it looks like after, but you're just going to follow the headlining down using this thing. See if I can focus on that. Using this thing to pull it down, just follow across. Pretty straightforward. Okay, so as you can see, this screw right here, it goes right into that opening there. You gotta take that off before this will come out. And there's just this one plug for the sunroof that needs to come off. Then you can see up into the dash here, and this is where you want to start pulling your cable in. You can see it right there. So I'm just going to basically grab that, pull it the rest of the way in here. All the extra cable can just live up in this corner here. There's plenty of space up here just to store it. I'm just gonna neatly tuck it in back there, and then put my connector on here, right behind the mirror. I'll just mount it there. While I was putting this back on, I drilled a little hole for the mic. So now I noticed if I leave my mic sticking out of here on the side, everyone can hear me better. So I basically just drilled a little hole and had the mic coming through. Nothing fancy, but at least it works now. Sound quality is like 10 times better. All right. So anyway, back to what we're doing here. I got the wires hooked up, got the alarm through the wires through, and I also ran the Valet button and the antenna. So I'm just gonna button all this back up, put the weather stripping back in, and then finish wiring up and cleaning this mess up. Okay, just finished all the wiring and tidying everything up. I'm gonna show you guys what there's a controller there. So basically this is where I ran all the wires. I put the little solenoid there, the sensor. Over here is the bypass module. It's up in the corner back there. I'm not gonna show you guys everything, but you get the idea. You'll know what to do. Right now I'm just putting the dash back together, putting the cover back on, and we'll show you, we'll do a quick test to show you how it all works. Okay, I had to quickly put things back together. It's Sunday. I wanted to get this video out. Alright, so everything's back together. Here's the key. Show everyone. This is what the key looks like. Pretty simple, pretty basic. So now I'll unlock the car. There you go. I already have a door open, but let me shut the door. Sorry. Okay. All the doors are shut. Make sure, yep. All the doors are shut. So now I'm gonna lock the car. Go, it's locked. I'm gonna unlock the car. That's the driver's side door. That's all the doors. Now, remote start. Pressing, let me show you. All you have to do for remote start is, I'm sure everybody knows this already, but you press that button in the middle. Press that button right in the middle. The lights flashed once, and the car starts right up. It's pretty nice hearing that actually work. Spent a good amount of time on it. You can still unlock the doors, and you can still get in the car. It's not going to shut off. And other stupid systems shut the car off, which I don't understand the point of. But this one doesn't do that. But yeah, so that's what I did. If I run into any issues, I just installed it. So if there's anything I notice or anything, I'll do another video on that. But so far so good. All right, hope you enjoyed that, and hope it helps some people. One thing to note, when you're wiring these things up, having the wiring diagram is really helpful. I know you can print out, if you go to any site, any like security alarm site or whatever, you can print out the list of what each wire color is. It'll tell you, like parking light, for example, is, I forget what it was, but I think it's green. The green wire, and it's in the left kick panel, but there's a million green wires in the left kick panel. So when you look there and it tells you the bottom right connector, you're like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, then you have to go in with your meter and probe every single wire that's green and try to figure it out. to save yourself some time and hassle, and just for your own good, just so you understand what's going on, it's good to understand the wiring diagram for these cars. I downloaded, well actually I registered for AllData DIY. When I was in high school, I would use AllData a lot for the shop. When I was doing the Votech, when I did the Votech engineering program, we used AllData for pretty much everything. So I guess they have AllData DIY. All the electrical wiring diagrams are there, nicely organized. If anybody wants a specific diagram, just leave a comment and I'll send you over what I have. And in this video, I'll be showing you the wiring diagram and where I found out where all the connections are for everything I'm doing. So that should be helpful. But it's really good to know how to read one. And I'll do a separate video on how to read a wiring diagram, because I have never really paid too much attention to it. There's all these little numbers, and I understood that they meant connectors, but like if I see a wiring diagram and it shows this relay connects to this wire and all this, like it's all good if I see it in a one line, but how do I know where that is in the car? Like you see like a junction panel here and you're like, okay, where the hell is that? Well, that's why you got to understand how all these little like B26, how that correlates to what connector it is and where it is on the car. So for those of you who don't know, I'll be doing a video on that, just to help clarify that, because it helped me out a lot. Once I figured that out, it was smooth sailing.